Guys. Glad to be here for our fourth season coming up right now. We've only had 2 practices right now, so we're playing basketball. We've had no contact, but we're excited about where we are right now. We have a lot of players coming back. Just going down the list, Marcus Smith is a guy, probably had his best game in the Florida Bowl game last year. He was probably as healthy as he's been. He's having an outstanding two-day camp so far, backing him up as Mount. Another young guy, he's going to be a junior. He's another 6'4", 250-pound guy. Should give us a lot better pass rush than what we've had in the past. The other end, Lorenzo Malden, he's a high-energy guy. He goes 100 miles an hour every single snap. You say slow down, he has no idea what that means. That's why we love him so much, because he brings energy to the table. B.J. DeBose, he's another big defensive end, another junior, another 6'5" guy. So one thing you have with our program right now, Coach Strong has done a tremendous job of, is recruiting length and size. I think that's getting us ready for the future, but more so this year than anything else. In the middle right now, you have Brandon Dunn, who is going to be a senior. He's played for us for 4 years. He's a 300-pounder at the nose guard right now. So far, he's having a pretty good two-a-day camp. Backing him up right now, we have a young man, Dejon Richardson, at 325 pounds. He's light on his feet, looks like a dancing bear out there sometimes. Looks pretty good. Roy Fallon from right down the road in Lexington, he's our 3 technique. He's another guy right at 300 pounds. He's having a good spring so far. He was limited last year with a back injury. Right now he's 100%. He's ready to go. Kid's going to be a sophomore for us, backing him up, Sheldon Rankins. He's a 285-pound 3 technique. He can play defensive end. He played nose in the bowl game for us. Very athletic. So the front 4 we have right now, we're looking for some big things from those guys. We're more athletic than what we have been for the past 3 years. A linebacker, Preston Brown, a 260-pound middle linebacker, has been a 4-year letterman for us. Again, having a good spring. Everybody remembers him from the bowl game, but he did a lot of those things last year during the season. Backing him up is Nick Dawson, a guy who's 260 pounds. We had him at the defensive end in the spring. Right now we put him back inside. We're looking for bigger and more physical guys for the teams we got to play this year. At the weak inside backer is James Burgess, who started half the season last year. Very athletic. In high school, he played from DB to wide receiver, so he has an outstanding skill set, great quickness. He can get to the football. Backing him up is Deion Rogers, who is going to be a 4th-year redshirt senior this year. Another guy who's athletic, not very big, but he can run around. Excellent in pass coverage. If you go to the corners, Jermaine Reeves, who played safety for us last year, we put him at cornerback in the spring. We're looking for some length there. He's a 6-foot guy, excellent tackler, things we need to improve on this defense this year. Backing him up, we have several guys. C.J. Gaines, who played wide receiver last year. He brings us speed. We're hoping he's a guy who can make a play when the ball's in the air. And Andrew Johnson, who did not go through spring practice, is backing him up, who's been really a 2-year player for us. At the other corner is T. Floyd. We didn't have a lot of interceptions last year, but T. Floyd had 3 of them. All of them were key. One of them started in that bowl game, the first play of the game, that turned that game around for whatever got started. Backing him up is Stephon Robinson, young man here right in town from Central High School. Started 2 or 3 games for us last year. He brings quickness and a lot of enthusiasm. And backing up him is Devontae Parnell, a guy who's been injured since he's been here. He's a redshirt freshman. Again, he's one of the top corners coming out of South Carolina, 2 years ago. And right now he's healthy. To our safeties, we have Akeem Smith, who's been a 4-year starter. You could talk about him forever. He does all the little things right. He's always in position. He's smart. You always say he's not big enough. He's not fast enough. He makes plays. The next step he has to take is to make plays when the ball is in the air. He's been in position. He has to do a better job of bringing the ball home. Backing him up right now is Kamal Hogan, another guy who's been in the program for 4 years right now. He looks the part, and now we're going to find out this two-day camp can he play the part. We have a young freshman backing him up named Ross, T. Ross. He's having a pretty good camp so far. Again, he's a 6', 6'1" guy who's athletic, can run. He should have a bright future here for the next 4 years. And Calvin Pryor, our starting free safety, is one of our leaders on defense. He's a 205-pound guy. He just makes plays. He finds a way to make plays when the ball is in the air. Also great in run support. The biggest thing we got to bring to the table this year as a defense, we must tackle better. We were a poor tackling football team last year, so we spend a lot of time right now, even in no pass, learning how to tackle. Football is about one thing, guys. That's from the ground level up. It's about fundamentals, nothing more, nothing less. I mean, it's getting a proper stance, taking a proper step, and those are the things we're working on right now. That's going to be key to us this year is tackling. The next thing is we give up a ton of big plays. We need to do a lot better job of keeping the ball inside and in front, and therefore make them travel a distance. We gave up too many big plays last year. The one thing we're talking about as a defensive staff and with Coach Strong in there, being more aggressive. You know, last year we kind of played to the strength of our offense with Teddy Bridgewater. This year we're going back to old school. You know, you drop a hat, we're going to blitz you. Don't care where you are. We're getting off the bus. We don't care what happened. You hit a play, the next play we coming at you again. That's who we have to be. That's what our guys like. You want to be aggressive. We're going to let the chips fall where they may. They might fall on them, might fall on us, but it's going to fall somewhere. So that's the attitude we got to have on defense. We got to be the attacker all the time. That's the name of the game. That's the thing we're going to bring to the table. Questions?
Vance, what is it that allows you to go back to blitzing? What are you seeing in the team now that lets you do that?
You know what? Last year I played a little bit safe. This year I'm not. I'm going to say, you know what? Let's go play football. Let's go have fun. Defense should be fun. You should be flying around. If it hit, it moves. If the referee in the way, hit him too. Who cares? I mean, he don't have one our color jersey, therefore he's on the wrong side. And that's the attitude you got to have. So if the guys are flying around having fun, we'll play a lot better defense. And that's the attitude we must have.
Vance, you talked a couple years ago, your opening statement probably wouldn't have named so many guys. The depth now that you guys have built up, are you getting there where you want to be with depth?
It starts with recruiting. You know, Mike Giglio is our recruiting coordinator, and he's done a tremendous job in sending us out to evaluate guys. And right now, when you start winning a few ball games, people start calling you. And right now, we have one or two people calling us. We have another great season. It might go up to 5 or 6. And because of that, things have gotten better. So, you know, we had to go out and make players the last couple of years. You know, Marcus Smith was a quarterback. Just think about it. He's playing defensive end for us right now. He's one of our better players. Dominic Brown was a quarterback. He had an outstanding spring this spring playing running back. So we had to move guys around to find players. Now we can actually go out and recruit that position, and people starting to call us. So I think this program is heading in the right direction. We need to keep heading in it that way. You do that by winning. If you win, eventually it will come. It takes time.
Vance, you skipped over to Sam linebacker.
Oh, my fault. You know what? George Durant, I missed that. I'm looking right at it. You know, I don't have my glasses on. You know, as you get older, things don't look the same, so that's my fault. But George Durant started for us last year, the Sam linebacker. He's playing Sam for us right now. You know, he's going to be a fifth-year senior here. Does a good job for us. He's smart. He can get us lined up. He can make all the checks. You got to have a guy out there that way. He keeps everyone calm all the time. Behind him is the fifth-year senior Champ Lee. Champ done played from inside back or the strong safety. He's an athletic guy, can make plays. He's been a great special teams player around here. So he gives us some speed out there. And we have a couple of freshmen there. I don't know about freshmen. You know, sometimes the freshmen have all the accolades coming out of high school, but you know what? You don't know what they can do. We haven't put on the pads yet. They might put on the pads and fall on their face. We don't know. So I'm not going to talk about those guys right now. Until they show something, I don't know. They just guys.
How long do you think it'll be before Keith Brown will be able to get back in the mix?
You know what? I have no idea. You have to talk to our trainers about that. Right now, he's making great progress. He's looking pretty good. He's ahead of schedule as of this moment.
Vance, how do you convince quarterbacks to play defense?
The who?
How do you convince quarterbacks to play defense?
Quarterbacks? To play defense?
Yeah, when you were talking about Smith, I'm sorry, maybe I missed.
Oh, Marcus Smith. Oh, easy. Oh, you know, when you sometimes in high school, you're athletes. Marcus Smith came as a quarterback for 2 days. You see that wall right there? He couldn't hit that wall standing right here. So we knew he wasn't a quarterback. That's the first thing. So he made up his mind when he walked in the program. We gave him a shot for 2 days, hit that wall right there. It was there. He hit everything but that wall. So he knew he wasn't a quarterback. So we said, we're going to put you a linebacker. So we played the first game was Kentucky. We put him at linebacker, and I tell you what, he wasn't a linebacker at that time. I mean, he was out there, but he was lost in space. So we say, now we're going to keep moving you to the front. So he went from quarterback to second level to his hand on the ground. And you know what? He realizes now that was the best decision he ever made.
Vance, you've been at practice the last couple of days. You've seen the big crowds out there. How big is this train getting? Is it getting full?
Oh, my goodness. Here we go, huh? We're on that train again. You know what? And we're excited. But, you know, you go back to the bowl game, our fans are absolutely amazing. To show up the way they did in the hotel, getting on the bus, going to the game, in the stadium when Coach Strong said the reason we won this game because of the fans, and then you get back at 2 o'clock in the morning, our fans are right there. Our fans are outstanding, and I'm glad you brought that up. The one thing about our fans that we expect this year, we want 50,000 butts in those seats when we kick off. Don't be in the parking lot say I'm at a party. Get your in the seats. 55,000 people cheering us on. Make it tough for our opponent. That's what it's all about, because you are all a part of this train. Everybody's on it. Therefore, be in the stadium. Don't be outside. Be here. Thank you.
What do you like about Preston Brown? We just talked about his development as a middle linebacker last year.
You know what? He is starting to develop into a leader. He understands right now our defense centers around him. If he plays well, our defense is going to do well. You know, at times last year, we're a little bit soft in the middle. You know, from the nose of tackle to the backers. And Preston has made up his mind to take charge of that. And so far this camp, he's done a great job. We were watching video last night with our players, with the defensive backs. And I had Gaines say, Coach, run that back. And you see Preston Brown running by some of the defensive backs getting to the ball. And what we told Preston, if you're consistent, this defense is going to go a long way. He's the key to what we do this year. So if he does that every single play like his hair is on fire, our defense is going to be totally different this year. We're going to make great strides.
You talk about Malton's development and just how much better can he get this year?
He has a long way to go. What he's gaining right now is confidence in who he is. He's starting to understand the defense. This summer, he texts myself, he texts Coach Strong, what does he need to do to improve? And that's where it starts from. He knows he needs to make improvements. So the one thing I tell him is learn the defense. You just can't go out and play hard. It takes more than that. It's understanding where all your other players are. Because our defense is based on staying your gap. If you got your gap, the ball can crease. Now it's back on that safety. So that's all part of it. He's starting to learn, if I understand the defense, I still can play fast. Now, I don't have to try to make every play. I have 10 other people out there that got to make plays also. And that's a big part of his growth right now.
Could you talk about Gaines and how he has adjusted switching from wide receiver to corner and how he's doing so far, even though we're only 2 days into camp?
You know, that's a great question. Right now, we have not been in pads yet, so to me, we playing basketball. I want to tell you what football is. You know what? Put the ball right there. You draw a line in the sand. When you pick it up, I can hit you right in your mouth. That's football. We're not doing that just yet. So right now, he has a wide receiver mentality. When we put the ball down and go full pass in the next couple of days, you come back and ask me that question then, I can give you a good answer. Right now, I don't know what he's going to do. If he don't put his face on somebody, he's going to be on the sideline with me. When the game's starting, at the end of the game, his jersey is going to be real clean because why? He won't tackle somebody. So that's real easy. So right now, I don't know what he's going to do. I'm hoping he's going to tackle because right now, as far as the skill set, he has what you want in a cornerback. He's a 6-foot guy that runs legit 4-5 flat. He has good ball skills. But if you don't tackle, you don't play.
Have you spent more time on tackling? Would you do more drills than maybe
Every
in
day.
previous years?
Every day. You know what? We've always worked on it. We put more of an emphasis on it because, you know what, again, that's one of the typical fundamentals. Football is about blocking and tackling. It's not about a scheme, kind of trick you to do something. On offense, we got to block them. If you don't block them, you don't have a running game. If you don't block them, you have no passing game, quarterback sack. If you don't tackle, big plays happen, a lot of things happen. So the fundamentals of football is about one thing, get in the football position and go strike somebody. Just think about it. How many in the real world can you go out there and just hit a guy just for the fun of it? Think about that. That's what football is all about. They say I could put on this helmet, look like a warrior, and hit you right in the mouth, and it's legal. That's a beautiful thing. So if you're on defense, you ought to be excited about that.
Sean talks a lot about evaluating his offense in the offseason. You guys do that defensively, and I guess when you look back at video, were a lot of those big plays last year missed tackles?
A lot of them are missed tackles. I'll go back to the Southern Miss game. We got a stun on. We have a guy sitting in the hole unblocked. He missed a tackle. It should be maybe a 1 or 2 yard loss. It's a 30-yard game. See, one time a guy break through the line of scrimmage, we have a missed tackle. It should be maybe an 8-yard game. It's a 45-yard game. So you always spend time on it. You can't take anything for granted. That's what football is all about. You know, so we're spending time doing those type of things. And in secondary, it's about one thing. Lloyd Carr taught me this in Michigan. Cup the football. Keep the ball inside and front. Don't count on one guy. It takes many guys to get guys down right now. I look at Sonoris Perry. You know, before he was injured, Sonoris Perry I thought was one of the better backs in the country. I mean, trying to tackle him one-on-one, you're kidding yourself. If I was a running back coach and somebody tackled my running back in open space, 53 yards wide, one-on-one, I got to give me another running back. So it takes a lot of guys to get people down right now. So we spend a lot of time on proper rotation with the entire defense. Cupping the football, keeping the inside and the front, and that's eliminate some of these big plays we've been giving up for the past 3 years.
Do you have to make any adjustments with the new emphasis now on keeping your head up and, and they're going to be calling if you're, leading with your crown or anything?
We showed a video the first day. We showed a video that the NCAA sent to us about tackling, the different hits, and the biggest thing is this: you can't launch. And to be honest, in the last play we showed, and I hate to say this, was 2 years ago versus Rutgers, Anthony Connors said when he got injured. And what happened was he went to lead with his helmet and dropped his head. So anytime you do it with the crown of your helmet, you have a chance to be injured. So to always emphasize things, sometimes you got to show the worst. And now you have the players' attention. So to teaching the fundamentals, you say eyes to the sky. Eyes to the sky, your head would never drop. Eyes to the sky, the crown of your helmet would never go down to hit a guy. And don't leave your feet. You miss more tackles when you leave your feet. Run through people and wrap up. That's what fundamentals are all about. And if you do those type of things, you eliminate those targets to the head. You eliminate the missed tackles. And the biggest thing, you eliminate serious injuries. Right now, you go back to, as a coach, we go and evaluate and recruit. And today, there are a lot of high school coaches, they don't teach that because there's not enough people who know that. So you're getting a guy who doesn't know how to tackle, so it's like ground level zero. You got to teach him the fundamentals. How to target with your eyes up, put your face right here, don't drop your head. And that's key. It's just fundamentals that's not being taught in a lot of areas right now. So we have to teach those things here.
You're saying that in the NCAA video they had the Anthony Connors?
No, I put that on there myself. Because at the end of the day, sometimes you got to shock your players to get their attention. You got to shock them all the time. It's a different era right now. So kids right now see so much violence on television, unless it's one of your own, they don't pay attention. So to show our own, it's like the room got real quiet real fast. Coach, why you have to show that? We're trying to make a point. Don't drop your head. Don't lead with the crown. Keep your eyes up. Wrap up. Run through. The fundamentals of football. It's like driving a car. How many people are going to drive their car looking back to their rearview mirror all the time? Nobody does that. You tackle that way, you get injured. Or you're looking down right now, changing a radio station, all of a sudden, I hit somebody driving head on. You got to pay attention all the time. The little things make a huge difference in anything you do.
And so the freshmen are just guys right now, just out there. But the potential at linebacker with a couple of those guys, Burns and Thomas and Kelsey, just talk about the potential that they might have.
You know what? That potential is a bad word. That's a real bad. Potential, sometimes guys have such great potential. They have great potential forever. So I don't know. Until we put on the pads and we have about 3 or 4 scrimmages, I have no idea what they can do. Like I said, we're playing basketball right now. They look good. Hell, I might excuse the language. I might as well put my own clothes back on, put a uniform on. I look just as good as some of those guys. I can't move 2 feet. But at least I could look the part. So I don't know what those guys going to do right now. Right now, we had no contact. We're not hitting anybody. All of a sudden, we got to hit Dominic Brown at 225 pounds. I'm going to find out if those guys like football or not.
When Brooks and D'Angelo Brown, when they get healthy and are able to come back, will you still have Gunn at nose, or will he move to 3 technical?
You know what? I hope they get back tomorrow, and then I can make a decision. I'll be excited. I'll go out there and have a party. I'll be thrilled. I can sleep again. It'll be a beautiful thing. If they come back, we'll figure that out at that time.
Coach, is there a timeline for their return?
Again, I wish that I was a doctor where I can answer that question right now. We are counting on those guys being back this season. We have no idea when, but right now they're ahead of schedule and they're looking pretty good.
Vance, what kind of improvement would you like to see from Roy Philon? This is his last year.
Pass rush. Pass rush. We play, 4-3 defense here. A lot of times he's one-on-one. And we need a guy that can win that battle. We need a guy that can push the pocket. And we are getting quarterbacks to step up. With Malden and Mount and Marcus Smith coming off the edge, we can make a quarterback step up. The issue is he's stepping up and he has time to see and throw the football because we're not getting pushed in the middle. So Roy can give us push in the middle. We'll be better in pass defense also this season.
You talked about wanting to be more physical and bigger, and you complained about the tackling from last year. Are those factors in what you described as playing it safe last year?
You know what? It could be because you're not as aggressive, but at the end of the day, fundamentally, you still teach the same thing, tackling. It hasn't changed. If you one-on-one in a hole, you got a chance to make a play. And we just didn't make those plays last year. So we need to get better, get more eyes to the ball, get more numbers to the ball, and that's part of it. Keeping it inside and front. And at the end of the day, no matter what you do, your mindset as a defensive player, I get to hit the guy across from me. They should, long time ago, years ago when I played, I was mad at my coach. So every time I could go out there and hit the guy in a different color jersey, I loved it because I thought that was my coach. So I'm trying to knock his block off. I was 163 pounds soaking wet, had rocks in my pocket, a whole bag of tricks. I'm going to kill my coach. So if I'm a football player right now in today's time, I'm trying to kill my coach. Now, they'll tell you, I walk around there. If I had a Louisville slugger with a baseball bat, I couldn't coach. I'd be walking out there telling them all the time, please let me have one, but it's not legal. So I can't do that. They call that child abuse. So Coach Strong refuses to let me come out there with my Louisville slugger. Sometimes that's what these guys need. No, I'm just kidding. Don't put that in that print now. You know how things are with social media today. It's dangerous out there. You say boo, they say you did something wrong. It's a beautiful thing.
You talked about maybe some of the reasons, but why did you play it safe last year, as you said?
You know, we were more conservative as far as our blitzing. I felt so good about our offense. I mean, sometimes the name of the game about football, it's not about offense. It's not about defense. It's not about special teams. It's about all of them. You know, first 2 years, it was the other way around. The offense, so we're going to play to you because you guys are going to pressure, do certain things. Our offense could move the football. Teddy can get out there. We had great receivers. Our running game was running well. So our thing is on defense, I don't want to give up a big play, and we still did. So I want to keep the ball inside and front because when you look at statistics, you got to go 80 yards. Your opportunity to go 80 yards if you don't give up a big play is not very high. So you plant those tendencies because our offense was doing such a great job moving the ball. So I'm like, hey, let's keep it tight. Let's be smart. Don't give up cheap plays. But that's not our guys. You know, it's like if I had a great racehorse and I was holding them back. So now I just got to enjoy the ride and let them go. And like I said earlier, let the chips fall where they may. And that's what we have to do. Our guys play better when we say we're going to pressure right now. That's who we are. Because now they play loose, they play fast, and they play fun. You go back to the bowl game, our first play, blitz the inside back. Our second play, blitz the inside back again. On third down, we came from the outside. So our guys loose flying around having a blast. And that's what we have to do with our guys, just turn them loose, just relax, go play, go have fun, and let's see what happens.
What do you think your players learned about defending the spread last year as the season went on? What do you think they learned from that early experience?
We got to find a way to get more guys to the ball. You know, it's the one thing we did in the spring is that we go out and research and study ourselves. Call people, get video in here. And across this country, you look at the Big 12, you know, Oklahoma State, and you go out to the Pac-10, all those offenses are running spread and hurry up. And you look at their defensive statistics, those guys are ranked somewhere around in the 50s. Because what happens is it's option football. You know, back when I played back in the 70s, it was wishbone. So all those guys are right there. So you can get as many guys around in the ball as you possibly could. You now have numbers. What happens with the spread offense, it's option football. The difference is they from numbers to numbers. So instead of having 2 or 3 guys in position to make a play, it's just one. If that one guy misses, you're in trouble. So the one thing you got to do, it forces you to play more zone. So guys can play with zone eyes. You got to give them different looks up front. The next thing is with the hurry spread type of offense, they make you go vanilla. So you play one coverage, it might be man free, it might be 2 deep zone because you're just trying to get lined up. But we learned about the spread is that do what you do. If you're a pressure team, you live with it, see what happens. Because if you can get them into a second down or long, they slow the game down. You go back to West Virginia 2 years ago, you know, they moving the ball. But they slowed the game down for us because we pressured all the time, which gave us a chance. The offense did a great job. We blocked, they kicked for a touchdown. We stopped them on 4th down. So they slowed the game down because of what we were doing defensively, pressure, because they wanted to get the right play in. And normally they come in the game averaging 85 plays a game. Against us, they didn't. Why? They slowed it down. The offense ran the football. So the combination of both gave us the opportunity to win in the game. So, again, we got to go back to doing that. Yeah, they're going to hit some plays. And the thing about it, hey, it's okay. We're going to get it back. But if you go to a play after a bad play and you just ripping them, guess what? He's going to remember that for about 2 or 3 more plays and go out there and make the same mistake again. And so it's how you coach them, too.
Do you buy into the notion that the up-tempo style offenses make it more susceptible to injury on the defense?
You know what? I'm not a doctor. You're asking the wrong guy. You know, I'm a football coach. I mean, I know some coaches out there, they got the PhDs and all of that. I have no idea. You need to talk to my strength coach because he works them out. If they're getting injured because they tired out there, I'm on the strength coach. But at the end of the day, it's about rotating guys in. I mean, so to eliminate that, you rotate guys in to try to keep them fresh. There's no right answer. There's no wrong answer. It's good for whatever offense you run, whatever defense you run. Do what you do, and that makes people adjust. Everything, when you look at football, whether it's college and NFL, everything's a fad. You go back to 20 years ago, it was a run and shoot. The run and shoot last 5 years, and it was gone. So at the end of the day, the spread offense, it's going to come and go just like that did. Because at the end of the day, these kids want to go to the NFL. And a lot of those guys are not going there because of that style of offense, especially at the quarterback position, because they don't get trained to read the coverage. You know, so I'm just waiting to see what happens. But at the end of the day, I got to find a way to defend it. That's all that matters to me. Our first 3 games are going to be spread teams. Last year we played 8 spread teams, and so we got to find a way to slow people down.
Vance, you talk about defending it. You go against the offense every day. Talk about the weapons there, especially wide receiver.
Oh, my goodness. I don't sleep at nighttime right now. I sit out there, I see our running backs, I see Teddy back there. I mean, he can thread a needle. I see Devontae Parker out there. I see Copeland. You know what I think about? They making us better. We playing against the best right now. So we could get close. I didn't say stop our guys. I said we just get close. Come game time, we be ready to play. Because I don't think we're going to play against anybody any better than our entire group of guys. So I get excited every time. I don't like going against them, you know, because Coach White, he going to trade motion, and I be up there scratching my head. They said, Coach, what about this? I said, man, just do the best you can. And that's the approach you got to have. So if I don't look worried, they don't look worried. They go and play and have fun. But going against the offense every day is getting us ready for the long haul of this football season. And so I feel sorry for the opponents against us because I think we're going to slice and dice some people up.
You were talking about the attacking style that you used in the Sugar Bowl. Was that a departure from what you'd done during the regular season? Was there something that triggered that?
No, we pressured some. We pressured 34% during the season. I think the year before, we were somewhere around 40 to 45%. We just felt in that ball game, we need to be aggressive and to attack us. When we got ready for that ball game, people didn't pressure them. They sat back and played vanilla. So our thing was, let's see, can we go make things happen? That was our whole attitude. We wanted to make that quarterback beat us. And that was the whole key. He wasn't Teddy. Teddy going to take a hit and throw a good pass. He was more of an athlete. And a lot of times an athlete can't make that accurate throw. And so we're going to make him make the accurate throws. He hit a few, but he missed a bunch of them too. And that's why, because it's part of the pressure. And that was our whole attitude, to attack him and make him be the guy to beat us.
And that's safe to say that that's the way the defense is going to attack this year.
That's what we're thinking about right now. Now, you know what? It might rain tomorrow. I don't know. So I can't tell you. I got an umbrella in my car, but it don't help me when I'm out there on the football field. So I'll figure out something.
Vance, what do you think about Reed's transition over to corner? And has that been, he played a lot of that last year, but anything that's different with him or why he's emerged as a starter there?
He's emerged as a starter because he can tackle. I mean, and I told those guys, you don't tackle. We're going to find guys up on the football field who will tackle. And that's the key right now. The next thing is, you know, we're going to pass right now. When the ball's in the air, can he make a play? I don't know that as of yet. And that's going to be key for him, whether he continues to be our starter out there. And if you can't make a play when the ball's in the air and you're defensive back, then you don't need to be out there. And that's been one of our issues for the past 4 years. Our interceptions totals haven't been very impressive. We dropped a lot of interceptions. And believe me, we throw a lot of balls in practice. You know, I had a torn rotator cuff. You know, old guy with a left shoulder. That thing hurt every day. You get an old ball, arthritis kicking in, I can't tell you what's going on. So I keep throwing that ball. I keep telling them, I can't tell you what I tell them, but they better start catching that rock.
What do you think about autograph issue that's come up?
You know, I don't know anything about that except what you guys put in the paper. Knowing Teddy Bridgewater, Teddy doesn't do things wrong. His mother raised him the right way. He is a class act. I don't know about anything else, anybody else in this country. I just know about who Teddy Bridgewater is, who his mom is, and the kind of person he is. And knowing him, he's the type of guy that's going to do things the right way. And I vouch for him anytime, any place, anywhere.
Coach, you talked about last year, this time last year, how wide the gaps was between those guys you coached at Michigan and the guys you coached here. Has that gap got any closer?
Yes, it has. And that's because of recruiting. I mean, again, people all across the country, especially when you go down to Georgia, you go to Florida and South, people know who Coach Strong is. And a lot of coaches want to send players to play for Coach Strong. And that's what you see on our program right now. And because of that, we've gotten some very quality players. And I think each year it's gotten better and better and better. And to build a program is like a house. A foundation started at the ground level. I think our first year here, we were reaching and grabbing and getting here, but every year that foundation is getting stronger and stronger. We're starting to build out a house. And that's what you see in our program right now. Again, we have people trying to call us right now, so we're doing some things, I think, halfway right.
Feels good?
That's good. Gentlemen, you have a nice day. Try the food back there. The jalapenos were excellent.